Hari Om to all Atma Jyotis. I welcome all of you to this divine session where we will be learning some chanting and contemplation of the Shloka. So let us start the session with the prayers. So I request all of you to please stay on mute and recite along with me. Please keep your back straight, join your hands, close your eyes, and please recite along with me. Oh. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Narayana Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmad Acharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmad Acharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Dhyanamoolam Gururmurti Poojamulam Gururpadam Mantramulam Gururvakyam Mokshamulam Gururkripa. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonah Prachodayat. I bow down and welcome all of you to today's Bhagavad Gita Satsang. So our Satsang usually starts with the prayer, and through this prayer we invoke the divine and seek for the blessings, and we request the divine to show us the right path. And that's the reason we chant and contemplate on the Bhagavad Gita shlokas. And that is the path, and that is what is leading us to the right thing or the dharma. But before we even contemplate or chant the Bhagavad Gita shlokas, it is very important to keep our mind calm and peaceful so that we are able to assimilate all of them and it's engraved deep in our heart and we remember it always, the message of the Gita. So that way it becomes so much more easier to apply it in our life, even in our subconscious mind. So that's the reason, to get our mind into this calm and peaceful order, we do some practices. And the practice that we have been learning over the last few sessions is the Gayatri Dhyana. So in the Gayatri Dhyana, we begin chanting the Gayatri mantra for 9 times. Then we sit in silence for a few minutes. And then each one of us have observed how our mind has become calm and peaceful after this entire process is done. So now let us begin with this dhyana. I request all of you to please sit straight and keep your back erect and keep both your legs together, and you can also place your hands comfortably on your thighs. Slightly bend your head upwards. What happens when you bend your head slightly upwards is that your eyes automatically focuses on this place where you place the kumkum. That part is the one between both your eyebrows. It's called the Agnya Chakra. So basically, our body has many energy centers, and Agnya Chakra is one of the most important energy center. It is the seat of higher intelligence, and intuition is present in the Agnya Chakra. So I request you to please close your eyes and focus here. Please see the presence of Surya Bhagavan and offer your respects and gratitude to Surya Bhagavan. And now, with this feeling of respect and gratitude, let us chant the Gayatri mantra for 9 times. And once we are done chanting, we'll continue to sit in silence. So please stay on mute and chant along with me. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo devasya dhimahi धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Stay in this natural silence. Keep your eyes closed. Notice how silent and peaceful your mind has become. The silent state of mind is now like a clean white board. We can now write the most meaningful sentences of your life on this clean white board. See yourself as a happy, healthy, peaceful, courageous, energetic, content, and a truthful human being who's bringing out the best qualities from within and helping the others around him or her to bring out their best from inside. Now see your family members, your mother, father, brothers, sisters, grandparents. See all your family members happy, healthy, and peaceful. See your friends, relatives, neighbors, teachers, and all the known people. See all of them happy, healthy, truthful, and peaceful. Now, see all the people in the world, whether you know them or not. See all of them as happy, healthy, truthful, kind, and peaceful beings. Now, see all the living beings, the birds, animals, plants, rivers, mountains, stars, the galaxies. See the entire existence happy, healthy, and peaceful. In this divine and wonderful existence, once again see yourself as a happy, healthy, peaceful, courageous, energetic, truthful being who brings out the best qualities from within and helps the others around to bring out their inner best. Now, become aware of your breath, become aware of your body, become aware of your surroundings, and gently scrub your palms. Give warmth to your eyes. I offer my respects and gratitude once again to all the divine Atma Jyotis who are present here today. Now, gently open your eyes. And I'm sure all of you are able to observe how peaceful and calm each one of us are feeling, right? So before we move on to take the next step, does anyone wants to share their learning or any question or how they feel, want to share your experience or any question related to this practice? Since I see none, shall we move on to the next part of the session? The one that all of us are excited. Yes, so let's do that. So what are we doing next? Who's going to tell me? It's the story time, right? So let's go ahead and listen to this exciting story that we have today. So in today's story, we will be starting off with the question, what is the solution? So just keep this question in your mind as we move towards the story, and just keep thinking about it. So there was once this very rich man. He had a lot of money, so he could just name things and he had it. So he had a beautiful, a very huge house. He had a very luxurious, a very expensive car to travel in, and he had many clothes. He had a lot of good food. He had many people working under him who were just moving around him, and they were doing everything that he said, and they were waiting for his next command. So he literally had everything one could ask for. And if he needed anything else, he just had to name it. So I need this. And that would be brought to him by various people and kept in front of him to enjoy or to keep it to himself. So at this moment, if I would ask you a question, whether he is happy or not, what would your answer be? Is he happy because he has everything he is asking for?
He is happy.
He is happy.
I feel like he's not happy because sometimes it's like he's happy and plus sometimes he's not happy because like sometimes it'll be too much pressure.
Correct. You're very right. So let's see how the story moves on. Let's find out if he's happy or not. So, as most of you said, even I felt that he should be happy, because he, if we ask ourselves, why do we feel sad? Then our first answer would be that we wouldn't have got what we asked for, and that's the reason we are sad, right? So, let's say I wanted a chocolate, but then I didn't get the chocolate, so I'm sad now. Or maybe I wanted good grades, but then I didn't get that, I'm sad. Or maybe I got good grades and maybe I'm happy. So those are few reasons I would give you. But then, unfortunately, this man is sad. Though he pretends to be happy sometimes, and maybe he's happy for a few seconds as soon as he cracks a big deal or he buys a new car, he's happy for a few seconds. But again, he goes back to that sad state where there's something that's bothering him. He's worrying about something, though he has nothing to worry about, because there are people who are looking after his business, the people who are ready to do things for him. So he has everything, but still he is worrying a lot. So what he did was he went to an astrologer. And the astrologer said that your horoscope is so beautiful. Everything is so perfect. You have everything you asked for. But then you seem to be very sad and unhappy and you are worrying. Is that true? So he says, yes, I'm worrying a lot and I'm very unhappy. But then that's not something that an astrologer can only say. You just look at his face and you can tell that he's unhappy, he's had sleepless nights worrying. So the astrologer suggests him to go to a guru who would teach him the Bhagavad Gita, because he said that truly is the solution to all the problems in life, and that if he has any problem that he is worrying about, he'll definitely find the solution in the Bhagavad Gita. So, to his question of what is the solution to happiness, or what is the solution through which I can reach this stage of happiness where I'm always happy and I'm always in the state of bliss. So now we think he's got his answer, but let's find out more about what exactly what exactly is the Bhagavad Gita teaching, and why exactly did this astrologer suggest him to go to the guru who could teach him the Bhagavad Gita and help him contemplate on the shlokas. But then this man was very unsure of going there and asking the guru for solution. So first of all, he went to an acharya in a temple, and the acharya, he saw that, like, he was really lucky that he went to a temple. He saw an acharya who was reading the Bhagavad Gita. So he went to the Acharya and he requested the Acharya to please teach him the Gita. Yes, Nigda, you have any doubt?
What is an acharya?
An Acharya is someone who has taken this sannyas or who's teaching. Basically, an Acharya is anybody who teaches. You can also be an Acharya if you teach something, especially something that's related to God, like Gita, or you can teach them how to chant the shlokas, you can help them contemplate, you can teach the Vishnu Sahasranama. When you teach or when you take forward the lessons or the teachings of Lord Sri Krishna, you become an Acharya. An Acharya is that person who is the most loved by Lord Sri Krishna, who is the most closest to Krishna. So if you teach your friend what you learn in today's class or any Gita class, and you tell him or her that this is what you learned in today's Gita class, then you can be an Acharya too. So anybody can be an Acharya, but basically the answer to your question, Acharya is anyone who teaches this message of Krishna. Okay,
Okay.
great. So the Acharya says, sure, definitely, I'll teach you the Bhagavad Gita. There are 18 chapters in the Bhagavad Gita, and we will finish it in 3 months. And right now, let us start with the first chapter. So the man says, no, no, Swamiji, I am very busy. You don't know my schedule. It's very tight. I have so many businesses to manage. And I'm really busy. I can't invest these 3 months. And also, I can't wait for 3 long months to become happy. So please teach me the most important part of the Bhagavad Gita. So the Acharya says, okay, just learn the 18th chapter. That is the last chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It is the summary of the entire Gita. It will take you 2 weeks only. So the man said, no, Acharya, even 2 weeks is difficult for me to put in here. Please teach me something that is even more simpler. So the teacher says, okay, then I'll teach you just one shloka from the 18th chapter, which starts with Sarva Dharman Parityajya. So just learn that one shloka and it will give you the essence of the Gita. So what is this one shloka? Let's find out. And that's the same thing that's happening in the man's mind. He is having the same curiosity about which shloka this is and what is it. So he asks the Acharya. So he says that there is one very important word in the shloka that we are talking about, and that is Mashucha, which means do not worry. Just understand this, and the Gita is understood. So the man is a little confused. He says, that's all right. I'm already in anxiety. I know I'm worrying. I know all of that. And you're telling me, do not worry. But then, is there any solution on how I cannot worry? You're telling me I'm sick. You're telling me I'm having fever. You're asking me to get rid of that fever. But can you give me some medicines? Can you tell me what I can do to overcome this fever? So that's the same thing he's asking in the analogy. He's saying, I'm having this anxiety. I am worrying a lot. But how can I come over this? Will you please help me? Does the Gita speak about how I can get rid of this anxiety of mine? So that's when the Gita Acharya there, he says that, see, Gita is all about coming over this anxiety. It's all about being free of worries. But then to understand and be able to apply that in life and actually be freed from all of this burden of worry and anxiety, you should start from chapter 1 till chapter 18. Go through it patiently, understand all the chapters, assimilate all the shlokas. And there is no shortcut to this process. As Sri Krishna himself is given this, it's the shortcut. See, there are so many, there are so many Vedas, there's so many books and Puranas which give us the same message. And Lord Sri Krishna summarized it and put the entire essence of this life. What is Lord Krishna? Who is he? Everything. He's just put it in this Bhagavad Gita. This is the shortcut, and there is no shortcut to the Bhagavad Gita. And he's mercifully given it to each one of us and not selectively. And that's when the man understood that, yes, what he's saying is true. Let me read it, let me give it a chance. And that's when he seriously undertook this mission of reading the Bhagavad Gita and putting and applying all of these teachings into his life. He became the student of the Guru. So there are few main shlokas I would like to highlight in this particular story session. That is the Bhagavad Gita shloka 2.11, which says, Ashochan anvashochastvam pragna vadamscha bhashase gatasuna gatasumscha nanu shochanti panditaha. What this means is, first of all, Lord Sri Krishna in this shloka says that while Arjuna, you are speaking learned words, you are mourning over something that is not worthy of grief. And for such things, mainly the wise people, they don't lament over the living nor the dead. So this is something that Krishna says in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna is stating that he is my grandfather, he is my teacher, how can I wage war against them? That's when Krishna is saying you're worrying unnecessarily about the things that you shouldn't be worrying about. And wise men do not worry over these things. In material existence, we take so many bodies, we change bodies like how we change clothes. And all of these are in the control of Krishna. And when you realize this, there is no anxiety. So, Bhagavad Gita, there is only one point stressed by Krishna from the beginning till the end, all the 18 chapters, he's been stressing one thing. And he's kept on repeating that. Natvam shochitum arhasi. You have no reason to worry, and you shouldn't worry. So, let us understand this even more better. So, basically, this is the summary of the Gita where they say, where Krishna is saying one should take this anxiety within him and throw it away. But how do we do that? By realizing that the world is in control of Krishna. And why do we worry, first of all? Why do we think we worry? We worry for lack of opulence or comforts and become anxious when others possess it. That's jealousy. And when everything is all right, like in the case of the man in the story, when there is nothing to worry, we are worried that there is nothing to worry. And in this way, worrying has become a part of the human nature, and anxiety is the main root cause of anxiety is lack of faith and surrender. So if you want to remove this anxiety, you will have to get in more faith and surrender. And there is no shortcut to this except uh, that you have the Bhagavad Gita, and through it alone, you will be able to develop a lot of faith and surrender and genuinely do that through its Krishna. And it's only possible when we constantly keep chanting the Lord's name and scrutinizing the study of scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam, which are the stories of Krishna, in an attitude where we are ready to surrender to Krishna. So the more we chant Lord Sri Krishna's name and the more intensely we study the Bhagavad Gita, the more we become surrendered to Krishna. And as much as we surrender to Krishna, that much we become fearless and anxiety free. And this understanding should be backed by our honest efforts in maintenance of our body and spiritual life, where we must always, like, for example, we have this Bhagavad Gita class. So you must always honestly join the Bhagavad Gita class, even if your mind gives you reasons. So that is about about this shloka, which is has been mentioned in the story. So, as we learn the essence of this story, let us chant Sri Krishna Mahamantra. Please chant along with me on your mics on mute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let us move on to one of the sections of the sessions which each one of us enjoy the most the quiz time. The first question is on your screen. Please raise your hand if you want to answer. What does Natvam Sochitum Arhasi mean? Don't be happy, don't be sad, don't worry, or none of the above. Who wants to answer? Yes, Nigda.
I don't know if it's correct, but I think it's don't worry.
Excellent. Very good, Snigdha. The correct answer is don't worry. And that's the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, and that's also what we've repeatedly understood through this shloka. So coming to the next question, which of the following is best to follow in life? Assume to be the controller of everything, keep thinking of results and not concentrate on the action, lament over the ever-changing situations of life, or surrender to the holy feet of Lord Sri Krishna. I see Bhuvan is raising his hands first. Yes, Bhuvan.
I think it's surrendered to the holy feet of Lord Krishna.
Excellent. That's absolutely the correct answer. Each one of you were right in the answer. Very good. Any doubts or questions related to the story? I see none. Let us move forward and come to the most essential part of the session, which is to learn the next Bhagavad Gita Dhyana Shloka. Who wants to repeat after me? Who's going to be the lucky one today?
Let us think.
Can I do it?
Okay. I see that Kritika's raised her hand first. So let's go with Kritika this session, and each one of us will get an opportunity in the coming sessions. I hope that's all right. Yes, Kritika, please unmute yourself.
Yes.
And please repeat after me. And each one of you, please chant after me along with Kritika. Keep your back straight. Fold your hands, close your eyes, and repeat after me. Mookam Karoti Vaachaalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Thank you. Now let us chant it once more. Mookam Karoti Vaachaalam Panghum Langhayate Girim Yat Krupatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Let us understand and contemplate the meaning of the shloka. It means I bow down to Sri Krishna, who is the source of all joy and whose compassion can make the dumb speak and the lame cross over mountains. The word lame means the one who has some kind of a deficiency which is not allowing to walk properly. Or you could also refer to a person who has no limbs. So he can also be referred to as lame. So anyone who is not able to walk can be referred to as lame. Yes, Nikta, any doubt?
Can I tell what I understood?
Sure. Each one of us would love to hear to your understanding. Before that, let me quickly explain this shloka. There's also an inner meaning. I'll just quickly explain it. And then you could be the first one who would be sharing your experience or the learning. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. So this is one meaning which says that Sri Krishna, if his divine grace falls upon us, we would be able to do the impossible things. Like the dumb who's not able to speak can start speaking. The lame can not only walk or run, but he can cross over the mountains. So, with Lord Krishna's grace, we can do anything. You'll just have to take it. Yes, let me do that, and you will be able to do it with His grace. And He's also the source of all joy and bliss. So, when you chant His name, you get that bliss, and when you become one with Him, bliss is that feeling. Not only a feeling, but it's also as I am bliss. So when you realize that, you will always be in that state. This also has another deeper meaning, and what that is that who can also be referred to as dumb, not only those who cannot speak, but also those who can't speak right, who can't get the good things out of their mouth. Some they can't say some things that will make the other person happy, that will get the other person to the right path. He can also be called as dumb. He who isn't speaking the right or the good things, or who isn't speaking the truth. Let's come to lame. So, lame is not only the person who can't walk, but is also that person who's not walking on the right path, who's not walking on the right path, who's not behaving through whose behavior towards others is not so good, who's not compassionate or kind towards the animals and other living beings. So he can also be referred to as lame in the shloka. So with his grace, with Krishna's grace, even the one who is not speaking good things will start speaking such wonderful things that will make others happy, get them to the right path. And the one who's not walking on the right path will be guided, will be supported to walk in the right path, the path of dharma. That is what this shloka means. And each one of us is going down to Lord Sri Krishna, because of whom all of this is happening, and he who has gifted this Bhagavad Gita to us. Yes, Snigdha, please share your understanding.
So basically, if we devote, like if we're deeply devoting Krishna, who he is the source of joy. So if we deeply devote Krishna, then we can make the dumb speak and the lame to cross over the mountains. Dumb means when the person who cannot speak, the person who cannot speak, he's unable to speak, is known as dumb. And yeah, that's all.
Excellent. Very good, Snigdha. So, anybody else, you have any kind of doubts or questions related to the shloka, related to certain words used here in the meaning? Anything? Okay. Assuming that there are no questions or doubts related to this, who wants to share their understanding next? Yes, yes, please unmute. Bhuvan.
Hello. Yes, hello.
Yes, Darshak. What
I
did you understand?
wish we should go down to Sri Krishna and with joy. Who makes them dumb people to speak and lame cross over mountains.
Very good, Darshak. Excellent. Very nice. So, who wants to share their understanding next?
Okay, can I?
Yes, Bhuvan, go ahead.
So we should go down to Sri Krishna with joy, and who makes dumb people to speak, and like and he will lame across over mountains.
Very good. Excellent. So, as I said, dumb and lame, they have two different meanings. Another example would be, does anyone here recollect the story of Valmiki?
Can you repeat again?
Does anyone recollect the story of Valmiki? If you recollect, you would remember that he was a hunter. Yes? Let me give you a clue. He was found in a forest.
Did he write Ramayana?
Yeah, you're right. He wrote the Ramayana, and yes, but before writing the Ramayana, that was when he transformed into such a personality, or when he realized the story. I mean, when he realized the truth or the true essence of life and the Bhagavad Gita, definitely he became a saint or a sage-like personality, and he he became one who could be worshipped. But he was a hunter before that. Do you remember? Do you recollect that story? Okay, let me tell you. So his name was Ratnakara. I am sure this is ringing bells in your head. I'm sure. So his name was Ratnakara, and he was in the jungle, and he was a hunter. So he used to kill people and animals, anyone who crosses or who's traveling in through this forest. But then once sage Narada, when he saw him, he was able to help uh, Ratnakara transform, and he suggested Ratnakara to chant the name of um, Lord Lord Sri Krishna or Rama. So he kept chanting his name, Rama, Rama, Rama. So that's how it transformed him into the person who he became later. That is Valmiki. So similarly, that's the same thing they're saying, that when you take his name or when you become devoted to Lord Sri Krishna, even the ones who are not speaking the right things and who are not walking on the right path, start speaking good things, start speaking the truth, and start walking on the right path. That is what it means. So anybody else who wants to share their understanding? Kritika, do you want to share what you understood from this shloka?
So in this shlokas, they are saying that if you are truthful, truthfully with love, with devotion, if you go to Lord Krishna's legs and say a Mahamantra of Krishna or chant Bhagavad Gita, then anything can happen. Impossibles can be possible. There is nothing impossible in this world. So just chant Bhagavad Gita and you can do anything. Dumps can speak speeches, and the lames can go almost everywhere. They can run, they can even be the first in athletics, they can climb a mountain, they can do anything.
Very good. Excellent. You're right. What Kritika said is absolutely correct, and what each one of you shared is really amazing. We all learned a lot in today's session. So that's right. And this is the essence of the Dhyana Shloka that we learned in today's session. So, is there anything at all that any one of you wants to share or tell me? Snigdha, you've raised your hands. Do you want to say something?
Oh, sorry, I mistakenly raised.
Oh, no problem. Please don't be sorry. So, shall we recite the ending prayers? Great. Let us do that. So, please sit straight and join your hands. Close your eyes. Chant along with me. with your mics on mute. Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. ನಾನು ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವ ನಾನು ನಾನೇ. ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. ಅಂತರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಬಹಿರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಪರಾತ್ಪರಃ. ज्योतिर्ज्योतिः स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिः शिवोऽस्म्यहम्. आत्मदर्शनं ब्रह्मदर्शनं ब्रह्मदर्शनं सत्यदर्शनम्. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति. ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ तत्सत्. श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ. श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. So I once again thank all the Atma Jyotis who have been a part of this satsang and have made it so fruitful through your interaction and by sharing your understanding. Thank you all once again. I'm sure you all enjoyed it. So before we end it, any questions or anything you want to share? I see none. So thank you once again. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.